Hello, dear student. Please not like my video, audio, everything is okay or not. So before starting, confirm me first. So we'll start very soon. Hello, dear student. So everything is okay or not. So before starting, confirm me first. Start very soon. Dear student, very good morning to all of you. Dear student, today we are going to see about 14th August, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So dear student, first question is how you can get this PDF. You can simply scan this QR code to download our application. There you can get this premium infographics edition, and those who are using iOS and iPad, so you can download Class Plus application and use org code PKRMEJ to get this PDF. Same thing, you can also scan this QR code to join our Telegram. There you will get daily answer writing questions, patterns, so a lot of things we are also available there, so you can also get there. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So before starting the discussion, let me tell you what are the objective of this discussion. So basically, this newspaper is not designed for our UPSC preparation, but here we just want to identify which article, which news article is important for us. Whether it is important for your prelims, mains, or interview. If it is important in the prelims, then what kind of possible question they can ask. If it is mains, then which subject of your mains they can ask question. If it is interview, then what kind of question. So we are going to identify the utility of each and every article. So please, dear student, make the session interactive. Like, while I'm asking something, please give answer so that, it will also motivate me. It also give more energy to me to discuss with you. And I'll also going to give, 10 to 15 tasks during the discussion. So you have to perform this task after completion of the discussion. Or if you know the answer, please put in the comment box. So confirm me whether my everything is okay, like audio, video, everything is okay or not. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So first one is government tweak export plan as USA of trade ante. Recently, we have seen that Donald Trump increasing the tariff on the Indian export. So that is the reason government is planning to provide more assistance to the sector that is being impacted by this Donald Trump action. And we are also planning to diversify our export basket so that in case we are facing more trouble from the USA, we can get this have benefit from the other country. So tariff hit sector such as textile. So textile sector is going to be impacted most because India export a lot of textiles to the USA. Next is chemicals to become the few new focus of the scheme announced the budget. So MSME sector will get credit guarantee and speedy clearance and export incentive. The Indian tweaking for export promotion missions to make it more targeted towards specific sector in wake of the increasing tariff imposed by USA, particularly Donald Trump. So this entail a reduction in the cost of credit for MSME borrowing and Wall Street sector expand the clearance. Now, ensure fast clearance and removing all the problem that in our sector. So I think sometime the failure, sometimes challenges, they are coming to improve our sector. Something same thing happen with you also. Sometime you might face some failure, sometime you might face setback in your life, but this can be a wake up call to make yourself very much productive, efficient. So that is what government is taking the step. So provide them with some sort of export incentive. It's a joint effort across the several ministry and involve detailed consultation industry stakeholders. Sector that will be faced brunt of USA tariff. These are apparel, textile, shrimp, organic chemicals, and machinery and mechanical appliances. So these are the sector that is going to be impacted. So this can be a very good question. Let's say recently the USA announced tariff, and which of the above sector is going to impact it the hard? This kind of question they can ask. So next is the export promotion mission announced in the budget. So in budget, so there is a mission that is called export promotion mission announced, being tweaked now to provide more help to the sector that is likely to be hit by the USA. So the broad counter are to be provided credit guarantee to MSME, speed up their clearance. This is what very important. India is known for its slow clearance, delay in the clearance. That is what led to the cost overrun and delay in reaching and damaging of some of our product also. So there is also some discussion how to provide export incentive. So union budget 2025-26 finance ministry announced that export promotion mission with 2200 crore allocation for current financial year, which facilitate easy access to the export credit, cross border factoring support, and support for MSME to tackle non tariff major overseas market. So if it is asking about what are the objective of, so these are the objective of export promotion missions. So this can be a very good question. If it is not asking in your prelims, if you are writing mains, how we are going to promote our export, we can write that. Okay. So dear student, everything is okay. My audio, video, all are it's audible. So please comment. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So next is thousands of this record. So recently it has been found that thousands of land records. So if you look into the Forest Right Act, right, then community right. So now from record this individual right are vanished, they are not being found. So thousands of forest right title distributed across the at least three districts in Chhattisgarh seems to have disappeared from the record of the state government tribal welfare department at various point of time. They said the Right to Information Act, they filed the RTA application, and that is what they found. The state government officials claim that the earlier higher figure were faulty due to miscommunication error in the reporting case. So total 4.82 lakhs individual forest right title and 4,396 community forest title have been distributed across 30 districts. So if you look into the Forest Right Act 2006 recognize the right of the scheduled tribe and other forest. So here there is two type of right. One is individual forest right, okay, individual forest right, and second one is about the community forest right. So recently it has been found that both the individual and community forest right has been missing. Okay. So this can be a very good question about in UPSC also it is past also asked what are the provision of for right to forest act. Okay. Community dog should do that. So recently we have seen so many cases of stray dogs are killing uh, in the outskirts or the slum area or even some village also. So after that there is a demand of killing all the stray dog or taking away all the stray dog or like that. Very good morning, Amresh Patel. Hope everyone is doing well. Once again, very good morning to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. So, dear student, we'll make sure that our discussion will happen between 8 to 9. So, gradually, I'll follow the schedule. So, please be ready on that time. So, Supreme Court on Wednesday listed a case regarding community dog before three bench headed by Justice Bikram Nath. So this move come against the backdrop of order by the divisional bench headed by the uh, Pardiwala on Monday, directing Delhi NCR authority to round off and catch street dog from the national capital street and detain them in shelter within 6 to 8 weeks. Never let them public space again. So this is what the judgment given that the authority need to catch all the street dog and they need to put in a captivity and we should not allow them let them back to in the NCR region. So to treat, so this is the Chief Justice of India said that to treat stray canny with compassion, CJI urged list case in this mention. Dekho, there is a very good quote. The greatness of a nation can be judged the way its animal are treated. No doubt, there might be some instances dog are killing, but we are human being. We we have the intellectual knowledge. We have the rationality. So it's better we can manage them rather than killing them, calling them. Okay. So under all circumstances, there cannot be any discriminate killing of canines, and authority have to take action mandate spirit of the prevalent legislation in place. So what are the legislation that is in place? So Prevention of Cruelty to Animal Act 1906. This is what called PCA, Prevention Control Act Rule 2001, Animal Birth Control Rule 2001. So according to that, we are going to, uh, uh, you know, so dear student, tell me there is a under this Prevention of Cruelty to Animal Act. There is an organization called Animal Welfare Board. Animal Board, and the Animal Welfare Board is under which ministry? Please tell me that animal welfare board is under which ministry and headquarter of animal welfare board. Let me see how many of you know that. So there is a again saying, there is a again saying the fact that exhibiting compassion to all living being enshrined in the constitutional value and mandate cast obligation on the authority. Okay, so if you look into our constitution also, article 48, 48 a also talking about compassion towards living creature, and we need to protect them. So being a human being, so we need to driven by this compassion. So undocumented migrant living via eastern border tripled in 2025. So recently we have seen that large number of people, they are moving from India to Bangladesh. Those who are illegally migrating, let's say this is Bangladesh and this is India. So those who are coming to the India now, they are fear of, because of fear of prosecution. So they are So next is will remove adverse remark if all tree are replanted. This is what said by the Supreme Court. So Chief Justice of India tell to the Supreme Telangana government that plan to restore the Kacha Kancha Gachi Bauli forest area where tree were fallen for an IT park. He said that state proposal must be balanced development with sustainability. So Telangana government to develop an IT park, they have destroyed, they have damaged the Kancha Gachi Valley forest. So because of that, there is a national level protest demand that this animal need to be protected, and Supreme Court stay in, and then stop the state government from falling this tree. But now it is asking the state government to replanted all the tree they have cut. Then only they'll remove the adverse comment they have given. Okay. Next important news is India first private constellation of Earth observation satellite under PPP mode to be set off. So this is very important because the India's National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, the InSpace. So dear student, tell me what are the objective of InSpace. So why India established the InSpace and what are the objective of InSpace? On Thursday, announced that the section of the Pixel. That means you have to study in to announce that the section of the Pixel Space led a consortium to design, build, and operate Indian first fully indigenous commercial Earth observation satellite. So Earth observation satellite. So Earth observation. Let's say this is the Earth. This will stay over the Earth and observe all its resources of the Earth. It can use the light or any other signal. So that is being built under the PPP, public-private partnership. So Bangalore-based Pixel Space India consortium comprising of lot of company like you can see here Dhruv Space, then PureSight, then Satsure. Okay, so Pixel Space Indian consortium are selected in competitive bidding. So first time in Indian history, Indian space sector that private consortium would invest around 1,200 crore over next 5 year to constellation of 12 state of art Earth observation satellites. So Earth observation satellite, they observe the resources of the earth. It can be forest, it can be soil, it can be water, anything, and on the basis of their observation they can provide the intelligence. The constellation will deliver analysis ready data and value added service for application include climate change monitoring, disaster management, agriculture, and marine surveillance, national security, urban planning, while also catering to the global demand for high quality geospatial intelligence. So not only fulfill the need of the India, but also we can catering to the need of the global generating high resolution indigenous satellite data. The initiative will be significant reduce India's reliance on the foreign sources and ensure data sovereignty. So they can ask about recently multiple question can be asked in your prelims like what is in space, what are the objective of in space, when in space is established. So this kind of question first is about the in space. Second, they can ask about recently the private consortium name they participated in the Earth observation satellite, that is Pixel the you need to know about pixel space. So then next they can ask about what are the objective of this consortium, like the observation Earth observation satellite we are going to launch 12 satellite. What are the objective of it, how it is helpful for India? So this kind of question they can ask. These initiatives signal the coming of the age of India private space industry in the space sector. It will demonstrate the capability of Indian company to lead large scale technology advancement and commercially viable space mission. Chaliye. So next. So Kenya farmer. So in a farmer in Kenya use bee and sesame to keep illegal elephant away. So recently in India also we are seeing that rising human animal conflict, particularly the elephant. Elephant are entering into the field. They are destroying the standing crop. They are killing the people. So to avoid this kind of problem, so farmer in Tatia Hills in the southern Kenya, elephant are menace. They raid the crop with occasionally injure or even killing the people. Same thing not only happen in the Kenya but even happening in the India also. Kenya biggest national parks board Spato East National Park is less than 10 kilometer to the people the place and infrastructure that human develop hinder the migratory route. So देखो earlier there is a forest, deep forest, so that forest is used by the elephant for migration. We have constructed, let's say this is a road, so because of that the elephant are not able to cross the road, so they instead of coming there they migrated to the habitat area, and they are causing lot of problem. And elephant eat about 150 kgs of vegetable daily to so keeping them of the farm sticky, especially forages scarce in the elsewhere. They go what happening in our jungle or forest area. So now they're not getting enough amount of food. So if a jungle is not having enough amount of foods, so what they are doing, they are coming out of the jungle in search of the food. And elephants are very smart animal also. So farmer to prevent this human and elephant conflict, human and elephant conflict, what the farmer are doing, they are using beehives. So actually the beehives, elephant is quite fearful of these beehives because they are avoiding, because the elephant don't like getting stung by the bee, so they keep away from the area where hives are. So with help from safe elephant, so they have installed the beehives, like beehives if you install around the corridor where elephant is moving, so they will not migrate. Second is about cultivation of the sesame. So sesame, they produce scent, they produce by the, so we can say that to avoid human animal conflict we can cultivate the sesame or we can use the beehives. Okay. So 1950 earthquake that broke the mountains is a potent things of to come. So recently we have seen duration period. So that led to the emergence of Himalaya here. In 1950, there is a severe earthquake that is happening in the Assam. So in that earthquake, huge amount of people are died because of that. Okay. So it is not only about the earthquake. After the earthquake, so the hill they have been damaged, and later on they fall on the course of the river. So river blockage happened. So that led to the catastrophic flood in the Brahmaputra river. So we have already passed the 50 year, and there is high chances of high magnitude earthquake may occur any part of the India. So as the Indian plate move forward, earthquake are most part of its future. Yet current knowledge does not allow us to predict when, where, and how the next earthquake will be occur. So what is known to be is that most seismically active could generate 1950 type earthquake in future. So what at this moment we are sure that we are going to face one more earthquake of 1950 magnitude. So on August 15, 1950, India celebrates Independence Day. The mood was upbeat throughout the country. As the celebration were winding down, so an earthquake struck with magnitude 8.6. So dear student, 8.6 magnitude and 8.7 magnitude. So there is a 10 times, sorry, there is a 1 time. So though it is, let's say there is a earthquake magnitude 8 magnitude and 8.1. So that means magnitude is double. It's double in terms of its energy. It is logarithmic scale, not in linear scale. Okay. So 8.6 strong ever recorded on the land jolted country northeast, some neighboring beyond the border. So northeastern Assam region is particularly affected by this earthquake, and it is causing severe damage. This earthquake is the shaking, or the energy shake wave or vibration is also felt thousands of kilometer away. So the area is about 3 million square kilometer across the India, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Tibet, South China. Okay, so it's caused damage to the house. It is magnitude of that earthquake, and India already established a lot of the monitoring center. So we look that India is quite prone to the earthquake. Indian region experience earthquake in 1548, 1596. That means around 50-60 year we can expect major earthquake. Okay? And you know, a lot of time have been gone, so no severe earthquake. So we can expect anytime earthquake in Indian region. So next is Russian troop make biggest 24-hour gain in the Ukraine. So Russian army made its begin 24-hour advance in Ukraine over a year Thursday, just ahead of the Putin-Trump summit. According to data from the US-based Institution for Study of the War, Russian army took 100 to the previous day. So it was most since May 2024. So that means Russian army, they are taking huge amount of land while they are negotiating with the USA. So USA briefly deployed two warship to disputed South China Sea after Chinese collusion. You know, the Philippines regarding the South China Sea, which is going to control. So USA deployed two warships on the Wednesday in disputed South China Sea, Soal, where two Chinese Navy and Coast Guard ships collided 2 days ago while trying to drive away smaller Philippine ships in a high seas accident happened. So both China and Philippines claim Scarborough Sorok. Scarborough Shoal. So this can Borsol, then Parcel Island, then these are located in which region? So this kind of question they can ask. So Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, Taiwan also lay overlapping claim in the contested water. The U.S. Navy has stays what it called freedom of navigation, and U.S. always deploy their warship and the warship and all these aircraft carrier this South China Sea to ensure that there should be freedom of communication, freedom of navigation. So one country, that is China, should not dominate this region, so that US can have upper hand in this region. So next important reason is news is Myanmar Janta committing systemic Myanmar capture they started in consumed by the civil war since military deposed the civilian government in 2021 coup through fighting area of guerrilla this military rule. So a UN investigation found that the torture in Myanmar military on detention facility, including beating, electric shock, and gang rape. So this is what happening. So serious abuse during interrogation and detention facility. It was based on the testimony of 600 witness. So systemic commission of torture, including sexual slavery, burning of sexual body parts, and cigarette and burning of object. Okay, so this is what the torture and inflicted by the Myanmar army to the people. So European power ready to reimpose the Iran sanction. Why they are planning to reimpose this? So next is Netanyahu float letting Palestinian out of the Gaza. So recently Israel is planning to once again occupy the Gaza Strip. So to occupy the Gaza Strip or control over the Gaza Strip, it is giving option the Palestinian to move out of the Gaza. So this is what condemned by all over the campaign or attack on the Palestinian Gaza Strip, so causing more than 60,000 people are died in last few days. So that is what led to the lot of criticism against the Benjamin Netanyahu. So USA, not the India, is the tariff king, said by the Amul MD. So if you look, while India maintain uniform 30% import duty on all dairy item, USA impose 40 to 75%. So you can see what kind of double standard that is going on. While India, Donald Trump is repeatedly saying that India is the tariff king, but we are not imposing as much as USA is imposing. AI adoption in the financial sector. So, recently AI is driving everywhere. So we should not prevent our financial sector, our fintech also adopted that. So that is the reason RBI proposed seven sutra, a committee set off by the Reserve Bank of India to develop framework for responsible and ethical enabled artificial intelligence, that is called free AI. Free framework, responsible ethical enablement of artificial intelligence in financial sector has recommended establishment of share infrastructure by regulatory entity to democratize access to the data, computer, and creation of AI innovation sandbox. That means we also need to integrate AI in our financial sector. The committee has developed seven sutra to serve as a foundation principle for AI adoption, guided by 7 Sutra Committee approach containing 26 actionable recommendation under 6 pillars. So these pillars are, so report NB says that financial ecosystem where encouraging innovation is harmony, not at odd or with mitigation of the risk. So 7 Sutra include trust in foundation, people's past, innovation over restraint, fairness and equity, resilience, sustainability. That the Sutra, Financial Sutra proposed. To this plea of creamy layer like, in scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, we are providing reservation of 15% and 17 point, those in the upper section of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, they are conferring the most of the benefits, but that left section within the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, they are left out of this process. So if you look into the Mina community, around 68 seat in UPSC that is reserved. So one one single tribes, that is Mina tribe. So you can check in the UPSC list also. So that means those who are influential, those who are advanced section of the ST. So we need to exclude them, and that reservation benefit should be given those who are underserved, not yet get the benefit of the reservation. So that is what the argument given by the petitioner. And while we are giving more targeted approach to those who have not taken overall reservation system, that is 15% for scheduled caste and 7.5% of the scheduled tribe remain need to be maintained constant. This is what the argument. And Supreme Court asked the center for its opinion, and after that it can give its verdict. So many reject the plastic treaty draft that omit curve on the production. So recently a plastic treaty negotiation is going on in the Geneva. So you can see people observe the installation of the worldwide fund against the plastic waste during ongoing plastic treaty negotiation in the Geneva. So they can ask about the plastic treaty recently held in which location. So uh, it is in the Geneva. Very good morning, dear Amrish Kumar. Hope you are fine. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So recently there is a plastic treaty negotiation being held in the Geneva. So according to this treaty or negotiation that is being held, country are divided on the two issues. Country have divided into two parts. So some country they are talking about phasing down the plastic production. Plastic production. They are talking about we need to reduce the production of plastic. Second group of country they are saying management of plastic pollution. So we need to manage the plastic pollution to reduce the impact of the plastic. So first group of country are led by the developed country, European Union, and second category of country they are basically oil producing countries including India. They believe that instead of reducing, if you start reducing production of the plastic, it is going to impact the economy, employment. It is going to impact so many sectors because plastic is production is not possible. Rather, we need to waste. Expected to finalize a treaty on plastic pollution. Majority of the country expressed their disappointment with a draft agreement, which does away with the key demand of the country, agreeing limiting the production of the plastic. That means, let's say we are producing 100 million tons of plastic. So we have to reduce that in a time level, let's say 50 million ton in next 10 years. So that is what production of the. So this person, however, a minority bloc, including several Arab states, India has consistently advocated for addressing plastic pollution without cut on the production. That means this India is talking about, let's say we are producing 100 million tons of plastic. And recycle them so that no need to cut the production, but we need to process so to reduce the impact of the plastic pollution. Okay, so plastic treaty, plastic pact. So you need to remember that can be very good question. So about 5,000 special guests invited in 79th Independence Day celebration at the Red Fort. So I think this is more than enough. No need to go in detail. So gallantry award set to be announced for Operation Sindoor Soldier tomorrow. Okay. So Jaishankar to visit Moscow, Wang Yi to reach New Delhi. So recently we have seen there is a
alignment of our relationship. Before, we are more aligned to the USA and Western country. Now, after, Donald Trump and European Union impose sanction, India is looking towards, Russia and China. So now Rick Merrock, Russia, India, China, they are planning to cement their relationship and improving their relationship. So which is going to be very game changer, and US is mostly fear of that. So India to step up engagement with China and Russia. Move come amid uncertainty in the trade ties with USA. After its imposed tariff, China likely to continue border talk during Wang Yi visit. So against the backdrop of growing uncertainty, trade ties with the United States, India is on track to intensify engagement with Russia and China in the coming days, so that we can get more benefit. So Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov officially visit. So Wang Yi also going to be visit. So we are planning to have a lot of cooperation, so that we need to diversify our relationship to prevent any such things from the USA. Na? So why does USA president want Intel CEO to resign? So the Intel CEO. So Donald Trump accused that the Intel CEO so having directly involved in the Chinese chip manufacturing and involved in the company that is being supply the military hardware to the People Liberation Army. So that is the reason, and US is very vocal about access, giving access to the critical technology to the China. So that is the reason Donald Trump is demanding that resignation of the Intel chip. No need to go in detail because this is not important for our examination. Just read it. That is more than important. But something is happening. That is what more important. No need to go in detail. So how SCST scholarship be expanded? So we know that the SCST students, so they are getting scholarship, pre-matric scholarship and post-matric scholarship. Pre-matric scholarship is provided before 10th and post matric is provided after the 10th. Okay, so but there is an income limit. Not all students are getting this benefit. So if parents having income less than 2.5 lakh per annum, then only they'll get the post matric and pre matric scholarship. This scholarship is also provided to the OBC and denotified tribe. Denotified tribe is also known as criminal tribe. So this name is given by the Britisher. So after Indian government changed that notification to denotified tribes. Okay, so this is not only given to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but also OBC and denotified tribes. So how this scholarship, which is central, this is a centrally sponsored scheme. So a ratio of sharing of the fund, 60% will give by the central government, 40% by the state government. But it is 9 and 10 in case of a state like northeast and other state. Okay. So it is very helpful for student to study because they are facing financial crunch, and sometime whenever lack of fund, that led to the child labor also. So this fund is helpful for promoting education among the children. So this article is very important on that context. So whenever you are talking about what kind of welfare measure taken by the government to improve education of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, you can talk about post-matric, pre-matric scholarship. And recently, the Parliamentary Standing Committee, they have recommended to increase the income limit. Now our parents or family are earning more income. So instead of having the limit, the to have this scholarship, the parent need to have annual income less than 2.5 lakh. So we need to increase that limit to 4.5 lakh. That is what being recommended. Okay, so record violence marked Israel push towards West Bank annexation. So recently Israel is planned to annex the West Bank, making it part of its territory. So that led to the violence. So that last 22-month campaign led to the more than 60,000 people are dying in the Gaza Strip. Okay, so this is what more important. No need to go in detail because this data are fact. So this is a not directly relation for our exam, important for our examination. So Africa is challenging Chinese mining hegemony. So the China is making huge inroad into the China. So they are sorry, into the Africa, and they are doing a lot of mining operation within the Africa. So they are extracting a lot of mining from there, and in return they are damaging the environment. They are not doing what they have promised to the local region. So that is the reason there is a lot of opposition going against the Chinese mining operation. So that can be a very good opportunity for India. So we can provide an alternative development models to the Chinese model. Chinese model, they whenever they go for any mining operation, they simply involve in the bribery to get the mining license. Then they employ the Chinese worker. They use the Chinese technology. They don't cause environmental pollution. They don't do the capability building of the local region. So that is the reason we are seeing so many protests are going on against the Chinese mining operation in different part of the world. So this can be a very good opportunity for India. We can pitch in there and we can provide an alternative model where we are able to deliver the project in a good fair. So then only we can expect the India can have upper edge in the access to these critical minerals. So ration at your doorstep. Ration at your doorstep. So Tamil Nadu government is providing a ration at your doorstep for those who are senior citizen, those who are disabled persons. So Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin launched Thayu Manabar Thitham. Sorry if I'm not able to pronounce properly. I'm really sorry for that because I don't know much Tamil. So a scheme provided ration product at the doorstep of the senior citizen person with the disability. So that is what they're planning to ensure the delivery of the ration at the doorstep of the senior citizen and disabled person. The scheme which translate means that motherly affection is not a new Tamil Nadu conceptually practice, but what makes it different from this scheme is that past, it's rich. So Tamil Nadu is perhaps the only state follow the universal public distribution system. In Tamil Nadu, they are not targeting the PDS to few people, rather they are providing PDS to all people. So that is what led to the people less hunger and empowerment of the women. So Tamil Nadu also established 2,495 mobile fare shops to ensure access to the essential commodity for people in the remote and hilly geographical terrain. Okay. So this can be a very good model for central government to replicate, this national food security at the national level, and it can extend to all over the world. But that for that we need to make changes in our laws. So war game changer in a battle for influence in the Asia. So recently we have seen so many war that has been fought in that war. So drone are playing the important role. So Karabakh and Nagorno region, that is Karabakh and Nagorno region, you have to map that. It is located in the, you can see Karabakh and Nagorno region. It is located in Armenia and Azerbaijan. So in that conflict, we have seen the role of drone played the decisive role. Same thing happened with the Operation Sindoor also. So we have, during that operation, we had upper edge over the Pakistan because of use of this drone. Okay, so that led to the big question: how far India is making its drone power? So we are mostly rely on the import of drone. For example, Israel Heron drone. Then we are also importing Guardian sea drone from the USA. But if you look into the international market, it is not only few country, but it's not only the USA and Israel, but other country they are also dominating. Russia, China, Turkey. So they are dominating the drone market. So that left with one big question. Let's say in future, if we have to have upper edge over the Pakistan and China, we need to ensure development of capability in the drone markets. And already China has been investing huge amount of money, and China is also having conflict with all the Southeast Asian country, and they are also having a vast border, just like the India is having a vast border. So to monitor, vast border and sea time maritime border also. So to monitor this vast area, what we need is a elaborate networks of drones. So if we are able to develop cutting edge drone, so that can be a good market for the Southeast Asian nation. So be that Philippines, be that Vietnam, be that Singapore. So they can buy a lot of drone that can be export market for our drone. So it's going to fulfill our military export target. So this article is talking about that. So we need to invest and also promote our export. So limited gain, a temporary blip in inflation will have not by much. So recently we have seen our consumer price inflation is declining very fast to 1.55 level. So which is below the 2.62 to 6% band that is being targeting by the RBI for monetary policy or limiting the inflation. So that led to the, quite comfortable position. But however, you can also see that with reduction of inflation, there is also reduction in the growth of Indian economy also. So recently we can see there is a declining in the index of industrial production, declining of, you can see the GST collection, declining of the direct tax collection. So that means while no doubt inflation is falling, but at the same time it is also impacting our GDP growth rate. Now US is planning to impose tariff 25% plus 25%. So that is what impact our growth rate by 0.2%. So no doubt inflation is downing, but the road ahead is quite tough. So we have to be very careful, and we need to ensure diversification of our economy and exploration of alternative markets. So add and advise. So LG nominates without government node affect the JK Jammu Kashmir electoral process. So according to the amendment to the Jammu Kashmir Organized State Act, it provides for the Lieutenant Governor to nominate 5 persons to the Jammu Kashmir Legislative Assembly. So it is believed that in case let's say there is a hung assembly. So the government need here it's need 2 seats. Let's say two kind of party. Let's say in Jammu and Kashmir. So we have two party BJP. BJP, let's say having seat 50, it's need 2 seat to form the government. Other, let's say PDP. Let's say I'm not saying PDP having let's say 48. It also need 2 or 3 seats to form the government. So in this case, so if this nomination power is given solely to the lieutenant governor, so lieutenant governor can make any majority government minority government and minority government majority government. So that is the reason it is talking about this power of nomination should be given to the the elected government. But either way, it's quite controversy because in a democracy, the elected, no doubt we need to nominate member, but I think they should not be given say in the voting. If we want to nominate, they can make other passage of the bill, other thing, but they should not participate in the no confident motion. Either way, whether you can give this power to the lieutenant governor or the government of the day, it led to the misuse and abuse. So next is ceding the academic freedom in the university. So recently we have seen all over the world. So there is a movement to restrict the freedom of expression of our university. So that led to the lot of uproar. So you can see about even in our university. So there is a restriction being imposed on the faculties and students. If they say anything about the government, immediately this person being arrested. So circular being issued to not to criticize the government. That is what not meant for. University is need. University is free, open space for debate, discussion, counter argument. Then only we can get better idea. If we restrict this kind of thinking, ultimately it led to the defeat. It led to the problem. You can see about all this regime where oppressive regime, be that China, Turkey, and Russia. So they impose restriction on the university because the regime, the current government, there is fearful of criticism and there might be counter current. Same thing happened in USA also. So recently, Donald Trump also imposed restriction on the Harvards and other university and threatened to not to issue the the grant if they follow anti-American sentiments. Okay, so this is a high time for the government that need to ensure proper independence of our academics regarding what kind of course they are going to taught and what are the curriculum, what are the faculty qualification, and while at the same time we need to ensure the accountability of our academics. For example, like proper there should not be any misuse, abuse of the monetary money or resources being given. There need to be proper accountability about the outcome or placement. So these are accountability. While we need to give autonomy to our university, we also need to ensure our academies should be accountable for their action. Then only we can ensure thriving education system. If we think that our youth are real power of the India, if our youth are potential power of India, then only this power can be realized into real power by our university. So that is the reason we need to make our university more vibrant, more democracy. It's a space for debate, discussion of new idea, dissent, and the our you can say our faculty lecture, they need to be more liberal, they need to be acceptable to all these ideas. So dear student, you can download our applications to explore few more courses that we are providing, like mentorship, daily answer writing, test series. So it is already available in our application, so you can explore. So best thing is that you can also download this PDF by premium infographics. We are charging hardly 300 rupees per year. That means less than 1 rupee per day. So you can get all this benefit. What is the point of spending 3 hours of newspapers if same you can cover just 45 minutes? The time you have saved, you can devote for other study. Okay, dear student. So I think this is all about the 14th August, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So dear student, I'm planning to make this discussion a little bit of early. So I'm planning to make this discussion around, I think, 8 p.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. Not now, maybe 3-4 days after. So that you'll get complete newspaper analysis before 9 a.m. so that entire day is with you, so you can prepare well. Chaliye dear student, we'll have to end here our discussion. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and please do share this video with your friends so that more number of students can get benefit from it. Chaliye, I'll have to end here. Bye bye. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.